Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for more fun with polymer clay. We are making some Halloween ghosty earrings and some witch hat earrings, and we are just having fun making jewelry together. So, if you're a beginner, if this is your first time making jewelry, glad you're here with us. If you are a seasoned professional, I hope you'll learn something new from this class. I'm here representing Blue Moon Studio and our line of polymer clay that's sold at Michael's nationwide in the jewelry making department. My name is Stephanie Menor. Let's get started. All right, let's switch to the other view here. Take a look at some of these projects. So first we're going to do this batty necklace here with a cute little bow at the top. This circle is made of white polymer clay. And this bat is a sticker, actually. However, you can always hand paint on polymer clay. That's always an option for you. If you're not a Rembrandt or Da Vinci over there, you can use a sticker. We'll show you how to, you can kind of see if it's a sticker when I kind of, right there. You can kind of see that it has a little shininess to it. That is our necklace project. After that, we are going to make this cute ghosty earring. And he is a 3D ghost, you can see here. And he's got little seed bead eyes. We'll show you some different options for making those eyes. And then finally, we have our witch hat earrings. We're going to show you lots of ways of customizing these in different colors and different kind of style options. All right, let's get started. Okay, so you are going to need some colors of polymer clay. You're going to need black and white. And from that, we're going to make a little bit of gray. Here are the stickers. Excuse me. Here are the stickers we're going to be using. You can use any of the stickers that are in here, but we are going to be using some black bats. We have some assorted findings, beads, and goodies over here to the side. You're going to need some chain. You're going to need some earring findings, some jump rings, some head pins, some assorted beads. And of course, we have clay tools. This is available at Michael's in the jewelry making department. This has all of the tools that you need to make these projects and beyond. And a few other goodies that we will pull out along the way. So let's get started on our very first project. I'm going to bring in the next supply here, which is just a regular old ceramic tile. I like to work on this as my working surface and my baking surface. So polymer clay, like this right here. This is an oven baked clay. There's lots of clays out there, clays that have to be baked in a kiln, clays that dry in the air, but polymer clay is an oven baked clay. This goes into a warm-ish oven, 250 degrees, for about 20 minutes. For the things that we make is 20 minutes. You can make it a little bit longer for anything that's larger or thicker. But this is the type of clay that we are using. So this porcelain tile is a great work surface and it can go into the oven. So I don't have to move it to another baking surface. So if you do need to do that, you want to use any baking, like a cookie sheet, we recommend lining it with parchment paper. Okay, so let's get some clay. So this is white polymer clay. Now I've already conditioned this. Conditioning is what you see me do here. And that's just kneading the clay, working with it. You're warming it up. And I will tell you that white clay is the most difficult to condition. It just naturally, with any brand that you use, naturally white clay has a little more kind of like a chalkiness to it. So you really want to spend some time warming that up, conditioning it in your hands, okay? And I'm actually only going to need about half of that. I'm going to stick a big clump of that down on there and bring out one of the tools that's in that tool set. This is the acrylic roller. And another thing I didn't mention here is some cornstarch. We use the cornstarch like you would use flour in a baking recipe, just so that it doesn't stick to your tools. All right, we're gonna roll this out pretty thin. If you have a difficulty rolling things to the correct thickness, you might want to try out this tool. These are thickness guides, and this one here in my hands is a 3 mm thickness guide. So if you put that on either side of your clay and roll, you know you're going to get to an even thickness. This particular project, though, I think I'm going to make it a little thinner than 3 mm. And we are going to use, for all of the projects today, we are using different circle cutters. Okay, for this one, we're going to use the medium size. And you can dip that in a little bit of cornstarch just so that it releases easily. And with circles, I always like to give it a little twist before I pull straight up. Okay, and then remove. You can just weed out what you don't want. And I'm going to save this for the next project. Excuse me. And believe it or not, that's all of the kind of true clay stuff that we need for this first project. We are making this little bat necklace. So we just need a disc of clay. So this is going to go into the oven and is going to bake for 20 minutes at 250 degrees. And now I have one here that I baked earlier. So this is exactly how it comes out of the oven. You'll have to kind of release it from the bottom, but it releases pretty easily. And it is nice and cooked. Let me move this. And if you've used a lot of cornstarch, you might want to give this a little bit of a bath in some warm water. I like to keep a microfiber cloth for when I'm doing these videos and just kind of wipe that off. You want to make sure you get all that off, especially because we are attaching that sticker. All right, so we need a hole at the top of the shape to be able to connect it into a necklace. So that is where you want to use a little hand drill. Now you can make that hole before it goes into the oven by poking a little hole through there. I don't like to do it that way because I don't make them the same uniform size every time. But with these hand drills, you can see I have two here. This is a 1.5 mm bit, and this is a 3 mm bit. I'm actually going to use the larger bit for this. And so you can just put that where you want it to go. So you want a little bit closer to the top and start twisting. And just that quickly, you get a uniform, same size hole at the top. And when you have little shrapnel like this, I keep kind of a scrap piece of clay to clean that up. Okay, on to the next step. All right, now we're going to bring out that sticker. So this sticker book, Michael's has the best stickers. I think we all know that. But this sticker book has a whole page of different bats. And I want to pick this one. It's probably pretty hard to see on camera. I can get that off very gently. And I'm also going to use a tweezer here. Just get the very edge of that wing. And here you want to take your time and line that up right in the middle. Okay, there we go. So possibilities are endless here. You can make amazing monogram jewelry like this by using alphabet stickers from Michaels. And the example necklace that I have here doesn't use any type of top coat. These stickers will stick fairly well on polymer clay. And for a novelty necklace like this, I think it's okay to not have a coating. But if you wanted to really secure that down, I'm going to show you how to do that. You want to use a product called UV Resin. And that is a clear coating that, oh, I'm sorry, knocked you guys over. There you go. Sorry, I just need to adjust this. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. Okay, so that is a clear coating that cures in UV light. So that's the other thing that I'm bringing over here. This is my UV light. See, it turns on there. And so this goes straight out of the bottle on top of your creation. Put a little dollop of that on there. And you can use a brush. I'm just going to use a wood stick and kind of bring this to the edges of the shape, being careful around the hole that we made. And I start off with less resin than I think I'm going to need. And I'm bringing it to the edge, trying to make kind of a nice edge there. So this does a couple things. It is going to hold that sticker on there forever. It's not coming off. But it also gives more of a glossy finish. You'll notice that baked polymer clay has a matte finish, which I love. I think it looks really modern and cool. Sometimes you want something shiny. Okay, so you want to take your time and just get that just right. You guys used UV resin before? I hope so. It's a really awesome and fun material to work with. If you're interested in learning more about UV resin, we have a whole class on UV resin jewelry coming up, UV resin Halloween jewelry. And I'm sorry, did you say I love your earrings? I think I heard somebody say I love your earrings. We're going to be making we're going to be making these eyeball earrings and a lot of other cool stuff out of UV resin at our resin Halloween class. That's up on michaels.com right now in classes and events. So check that out and please join us. All right, so let's bring that light on. We just have to turn the light on and that's it. In a couple minutes, that should be already cured. All right, so I'm just going to move this to the side while it's doing its thing. And we're going to bring in the next two things that we need to finish this necklace, which is a necklace, a chain necklace. So Michael sells a ton of different options for chain necklaces. Of course, you could make your own with some chain and some jump rings and a lobster clasp, but this is just a nice little shortcut for you. And you are also going to need a jump ring. Okay, so that went for 1 minute. It will go for 1 minute and then turn off. The timer will turn off. Let's just put it on for another minute while I get the rest of this ready. All right, next thing, you are going to want some grosgrain ribbon. 1/8 inch works great. This is a little thicker than 1/8. I think this is 3/8 inch. So you're going to want a piece of that. Let's see what we have here. So I'm touching this, I can tell it is cured. It has a shiny finish now. And that is locked down on there. All right, let's do some assembly. All right, we have some jewelry tools over here, but this is a fairly large jump ring. You could almost just do it with your fingers. We want to open that jump ring like this. It kind of opens like a spring that allows you to slide that on. And that's why I use that 3mm drill so that it just can kind of hang easily. Gonna attach the chain on there and close it up. All right, now you can leave it like that, or you can add the bow, which we're gonna do right now. Excuse me. All right, so first we're just gonna make a simple overhand knot. And then you're gonna make your 2 bunny ears. And then cross the 2 bunny ears. And make your bow whichever way you feel works best for you, but this is just one option. And then you're gonna play with it till it looks just right. So you're gonna play with it by moving the ends, pulling that bow in. I always like to keep plenty of tail here while you are perfecting your bow. Pulling this in and then pulling it tight again. All right, and then when you get it where you want it, you just cut that off. And then continue to perfect this. But there you go. It's our first piece that we've made. So cute. Totally, totally want to wear this. It matches my outfit, guys. Okay, moving on to our little ghosty here. So you'll notice that I'm doing both projects that involve white clay together. And that is because black clay will stain your hands temporarily. And then switching back from white to black to white to black, you're going to end up with not white clay, but gray clay, because the clays, they will transfer. They'll transfer to your tools, to your work surface, and to your fingers. And then that color will transfer to other colors of clay. So be mindful when you are working with such distinct and contrasting colors. Probably want to work from light to dark. All right, let's bring another tile in here. And again, I'm just putting my clay down and gonna roll that out. I'm not gonna use the thickness guides this time because I'm gonna roll this really thin, almost as thin as I can get it. But we're looking at maybe a 2mm, less than 2mm thickness. And this is the cutter that we're going to be using. And I'm going to cut it right here to avoid those bubbles that I see. And just going to remove this off to the side. So for our ghost, he starts with a bead under there. The bead is what forms the shape of the head, and that will just make the forming of the ghost a little easier. You're started with a sphere. So I have a head pin here. All right. And you can use a lot of different size beads, but I found this size, which is 6mm, to work really well for this size of ghost. The larger the bead, the larger the ghost. So you want to start with, and you could use any glass or um or metal bead. Wood beads would work here. Just keep in mind, whatever you're using is going to go into your oven at 250 degrees. So I would not use plastic. Just my point of view there. Glass can go in the oven, wood can go in the oven, and metal can go in the oven. So I would choose one of those. I'm just kind of wiping my hands down here. Okay, we want to get this up off of the surface. And so this is a flexible um, razor blade. This comes in the toolkit that I showed you. And so this is how I'm going to pick it up. Scoot this under there. And it kind of got it deformed, but that's okay. This is a ghost, and we're going to deform him anyway. All right, so I'm going to take my bead on the head pin, and that's going to go up through center. This is what's going to start forming the ghost. So this that I'm about to do, this is the hardest part. Actually, I'm going to move this so you can really see what I'm doing. So you can see the white on the blue background. So this is the hardest part of making this ghost, is creating the folds of his sheet. And so you want to bring the clay so that it is here. I'll show you on this side. So we want to go from here to here. So you're bringing that clay down quite a bit this way and creating folds, but you want to be very, very gentle with it. So take your time. I'm going to bring this side down and kind of this side down. You can see it already creating a little fold, which I'm going to encourage with my fingers, being very gentle. And then I'm going to encourage this kind of opposite side fold to happen right here, and pulling these two things together. And see this little like ripple that I made? I don't know if you can even see. That's okay. That's what sheets look like when they move. So here we need to encourage it to go this way. And see how I got my fingernail in there? That's okay. We'll fix that. Creating another like little ripply part right here. Bring this down. So just kind of sculpting this into a ghostly shape, I guess. You want it to look like fabric. The folds in fabric are not uniform. Neither will your ghost be. In fact, in the ones that I've made, I've found that the less uniform they look, the more kind of authentic it looks as a ghost. Okay, see my little ripples and folds? Here's what it looks like from bottom. And you do want to keep in mind what's happening up here where the head pin is. And um, excuse me. And I'm keeping that clay close to the head pin because it's going to want to enlarge that circle as you're working with the clay. Okay. This one's kind of losing its shape a little. Let's fix that. And then what you could do is just along the edges, you can kind of like flounce them out a little bit. That makes it look like the ghost is in a little more motion. And this is what we have. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little trick. When you're working with white clay, you are definitely going to get some little fibers in there. Definitely, it's going to show all of your fingerprints. So this is a tiny little container of rubbing alcohol. and a Q-tip. So it's probably not showing very well on camera, but I can see that there is a little hair embedded. And I can just gently lift that off. And so this is how you can get all those little surface imperfections gone, just with very little pressure. And it can even work on those fingernail gouges that I got in there. And kind of smooth those out. This, of course, works on any color clay, but I find these things are so much more noticeable in light colors. And up here, just to smooth some of this out. Okay. All right, so now we have to think about the eyes. I'm going to show you a couple different ways of doing the eyes. Excuse me, just a minute. Couple ways of doing the eyes. You can insert clay as the eye. I'm going to show you some baked examples. These have already been baked, and they show two different ways of doing the eyes. These are black little pieces of clay that I put inside there before I baked it. And these are glass seed beads that I put inside there before I baked it. All right, so let's show you how to do both. If we want to do a little black eyeball, you need a piece of black clay, which just pulling that off of there, look at my hands already stained. Bring this back. So you need a tiny little piece of black clay. And I'm going to cut that using a tool that looks something like this into two even pieces that are quite small. And this is a little bit bigger, so let's give him a little trim. And you just want to take those and make them circles, spheres. You can do that between your fingers or down here on the surface, whichever is easier for you. And then on our ghosty, you want to find the side that you want to be the front. I like this as the front. See how it's kind of swooshing? I like that. Oh, there's one of my hairs. And having a tool like this that really helps if you have this like dotting tool. I'm going to place where I want those eyeballs to go. And then pick up my sphere, place it in there. Ooh. And then this goes into the oven. 250 degrees. I would bake this for 25 minutes instead of our standard 20, just because he's got some girth to him. He's got a lot of clay on there. I want to make sure it cooks all the way. So that's one way of doing the eyes. That's doing clay eyes. He's going to have eyes in the back of his head because I'm going to show you on the back of him how to do the seed bead eyes, which is also kind of similar. So you want to use some type of a tool. This just makes it easier because it has a ball on the end. I have a bunch of seed bead colors here. And this is a product that also sold at Michael's. This is called Liquid Sculpey. And this is a liquid, it's like a liquid clay. and it's something that needs to be baked. It's a liquid clay that acts as a glue. So let's open this up. Just going to put one drop of that out here. Great question from Karen in the comments. Thank you, Karen, for putting that in the chat. Her question is, how do you know when the clay is baked and can you over bake it? And clay for jewelry, which let me show you an example. Usually when we're making clay jewelry, we're making something that's about this thick. This is 250 degrees, 20 minutes. If I'm making something that's about this thick, um, it's going to have to bake longer. And you always want to err on the side of over baking it because it's only 250-degree oven. The chances are that you are going to burn this are very, very low. The chances are that it is going to get brown is very low. As long as you have an oven that you are pretty sure it actually is 250 degrees when it says it's 250 degrees. And we all know ovens can lie to us and they can have varying temperatures inside of the oven at any one time. But you always want to err on the side of over baking. I would have no problem baking this earring in my hand for 25 minutes, even 30 minutes at 250 degrees. Okay, back to our eyeballs over here. So I just want to search for, I know I have a couple black. Nope, that's one blue, one black. There we go. These are size 11 seed beads. And just with a wood stick or a toothpick, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that in the hole that we made. And use that same stick to try to pick up one of these. Ah, come on, you. If you can't get it with a stick, you can try this side, maybe. Put it right in there. Because you've added the liquid Sculpey, it's not going anywhere. Once that comes out of the oven, that is going to be locked onto there. So I kind of pushed a bit a little bit, but had I not had the liquid Sculpey, it wouldn't be enough to just kind of gently push in the eyeballs and they eventually fall out. And we don't want any eyeballs falling out of our ghost. So this is ready to go into the oven. And let's go back over here. So here are our two examples that I made. You can see like the little flounce. I like the flounciness. And so that bead is in there. This is fully cooked. It is hardened. And now we need to finish it into jewelry. And so we're going to need some tools to do that. You want kind of a regular. Great question. Lori asked in the chat, could you glue the beads in later with clear glue? Sure, yes, you can. And for that, you would want to use a super glue. I like to use a flexible super glue or a gel glue. I find that those work really well with polymer clay. So yeah, you can glue stuff to your clay after it's baked for sure. Okay, so you're going to want some tools here. You're going to want a flat nose plier, a round nose plier, and some type of a wire cutter. And that is the first thing that we're going to want to do is take our round nose plier and we want to bend this to 90 degrees. Like that. And now we want to trim off all this excess. You want about 3/8 of an inch. About that much. maybe a little bit less. Holding the end here so it doesn't fly across the room. And now you have this. And now we need to form that little L shape into a loop. And that's where this tool comes in handy. These are round nose pliers. You grab it at the very end and you pull it back. And when your wrist can't go any further, you have to let go. And now you have this. And then you grab it again, pull it back. And now you have this. And that's exactly what you want. That will allow you to attach this to anything else. And in our case, we are attaching that to a little piece of chain, some jump rings, and an ear wire. Chain, ear wire, and I have my jump rings all the way over here. All right, let's cut this chain, and then we get to connect it. So you want a piece of chain that's probably about 1.5 inches, about that much. Of course, the total length, that is up to you, however long you want your ghosties to be. And let's connect these with some jump rings. So connect that jump ring into the last link of chain. Sorry, this isn't focusing when I get too close. Close that up. Now this jump ring I use is a little big. So I would use probably a smaller jump ring if I was doing this for something to give to somebody or to sell. Another jump ring up at the top before I close that. Here we go. And that is what we're doing. I made my chain a little bit longer than the example here, but I like the drama. All right. Okay, so we are 2 projects down. You guys still with me? All right, let's bring out another tile. And now we are moving to black clay. And again, you want to condition your clay. This clay was very conditioned about, I don't know, an hour ago. And I can tell it's kind of hardened up on me. So I have to give it a good massaging here. And you'll see my hands, what that does automatically. I see some questions in the chat about conditioning. Just try to work that in your hands. You know, I found my clay as I started to prepare for this class today to be harder to work with than normally because it's gotten so cold where I am. I'm in Pennsylvania, and we actually had to turn our heater on the other night. So that's always, you know, the big event of the fall. But I found that, you know, the room where my clay was a little colder than usual. And so my clay was a little harder for me to condition than usual. But yeah, just keep trying to work it with your hands and it will come together as it heats up. All right, black piece of clay. And let me get my hands a little less dirty here, although they're just going to get stained again when I touch this clay again. And we want to roll this out. And if it sticks a little bit, put on some cornstarch. Okay, and we are going to use the smallest circle cutter. And this that we are doing here is going to be the brim of the hat. So we're going to leave that down there for now. And then we're going to use this leftover clay. Turn this way. And I want to make what I think of as kind of like a golf tee shape. And I can just pull the rest of this off because I don't need that. And continuing to roll this to make those edges nice and smooth. See what I mean by a golf tee shape a little bit? I don't know. What do you call the shape? Cone? And then I'm going to pull this again. Pull, 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 pull. All right, so when I got that nice and smooth, now I'm going to take my razor blade and cut off this extra part here because I'm making the cap top. So this is eventually going to sit on here like this. So I want to try to size this portion to be proportional to this size. And we're eventually going to cut some of this off. I'm not too worried about that just yet. More worried about what's happening here. Is it the right size for a witch's hat? I'm going to say that that is. And so you want to stick that down here. You can also, in a move taken from pottery, you can also kind of like etch that a little bit, etch this a little bit. And kind of mush that down on there. And mine is ridiculously tall. And I left it that way on purpose because I want to show you guys some options. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside for just a second to show you shape options. When I started making it, and I made these in all different colors because I was working with leftover clay. So this is a green witch hat. This was the first shape that I made, kind of simple. The base is flat, and then the cone comes up and just has a little bit of a curl to it. And then I started kind of making the top a little more elongated and tall, and made the curly Q a little more, I don't know, present, and kind of continued that on my third one here. I really loved the tallness of it, and I loved the curly Q of it. So I kept kind of like progressively, each one I made got a little bit wackier and wackier. And oh, that continued. That continued with the fourth one that I made. And I thought, can I mix colors And so I just had a bunch of leftover clay here that I swirled around and used that same technique and made a really long end piece to it and just curled that up. And then I said, well, okay, how far can I take this? And this is the last witch hat that I made. And on these last ones, what I started to do was vary the size of or the shape of the cone and make a ridiculously long, you can see after baking, this is very, very flexible, ridiculously long curly Q. And on the brim started like giving that a little shape too, so that it had a little more movement, kind of natural. So this is the spectrum of witch hats that you can make, anywhere from quite tame and semi-realistic to over the top, cartoonish. And that style is just totally up to you. I wanted to show you kind of the gamut of what you can make here. I love the idea that I saw somebody say about making elf hats in this way with the little curly Q at the end. I just love it. And I love how flexible the clay gets. Okay, so that's kind of your options. Let's go back to what we're making here. So you can see why I left this so ridiculously long. I can decide to cut that off and make just a small little conservative curl or make a really wild curl. All right, so I saved the curl to the very last part. So for right now, what I want to do is make the kind of like ribbon for the brim. And what color should we make it? I'm feeling like we should make it kind of orangey. I have just this tiny little bit of leftover clay over here. You need just like the world's tiniest little bit. I never throw away even the tiniest little scrap of clay because I can always incorporate it into something else. All right, so just getting that condition. In fact, I only need half of this. Oh, purple. Purple would look so good. Okay, now changing my idea. This is gonna be a purple ribbon. I just happen to have a piece of purple clay right here. All right, so we're gonna make that into a snake. So I'm seeing that we have someone having some problem with some clay that, I don't know, maybe that clay is old. I'm not sure what the issue is there. Couple things. First of all, they do sell clay softeners, which are like additive drops that you can add to the clay that if your clay is sat for too long or sat out for too long or not been stored in a good temperature. We never know what happens to these things at the stores or whatnot. So there is a clay softener drops that you can add to that. I think that's one way of saving it. Um, yeah, I mean, you'll say maybe you can pipe in here on what we could do on the Michael side.
Yeah, so I did pop this tidbit in the chat, but maybe the product was in contact with the sun. If it has been for a long time, it can actually harden because it's essentially baking. So
For sure.
my biggest advice is if it really is that hard, see if you can take it back to the store where you purchased it, try to get a return, and when you are purchasing new product, make sure it's actually well softer in the store itself so you can actually use
Yeah.
it once you get home.
Yeah, and we have a little anecdote about that too. The office where this play was developed is in California, and the office on the weekends, since the AC isn't on, is over 200 degrees, not 200. Oh, that would be crazy. Over 100 degrees, and it's on the second story of a little strip mall, and so it gets quite hot there. And so, some of our clay got a little kind of baked in those conditions. And that was a problem. So, yeah, storage of your clay, you always want to make sure you're storing that at room temperature and not in 120-degree California heat. All right, so here we have our little purple thing that will become a headband. And I'm just gonna roll that out just for like a second, making it really thin. And now I want to take my blade and create a uniform ribbon. And use my blade to pick that up. And now I'm going to gently lay that around. Oh, I'm so glad I did purple. It's like perfect. So here you're just kind of with your fingers, making sure that clay makes contact with each other. And bringing that over. And then I like to use a little tool to hold that in place. And I'm just going to pull the purple. And just perfecting it. Perfecting the purple, but then I'm also kind of, flattening the edge of this hat brim. And where those two pieces, I know it's very hard for you to see what I'm doing here, where those two pieces come together, I can also take another little piece of black about that big and making a circle. And with my sharp tool, let me see if I can do this. And just kind of placing this in there, kind of stabbing that in there, like a little buckle. All right. And now we get to decide what to do with that giant curly Q, which is, I'm sorry, very difficult for you guys to see. The way I was doing it is I was taking a tool like this with a metal end and dipping that in cornstarch and kind of laying this around. I did the cornstarch because I want to make sure that it didn't stick in this process. Ooh, once you get that end curled, it gets so easy. Come on, work with me. There we go. So you have that end curled and just kind of curl it down on itself. This is what I have. And then just, position it how you want it to go. And before this goes in the oven, one last step is you do want to insert a little loop in there, a little eye screw, I think they're called. Screw eye. It's one of these guys that has a little threaded screw part on it. And sometimes it's easier to hold these with pliers. And so you want to insert this somewhere. You're going to decide how it's going to hang. Maybe a little toward the back, kind of right around this section, and just get it in there. And then I always kind of pat the clay around it a little. I want to make sure that the clay like gets in those um oh, the screw. What am I trying to say? The screw part. I hope I'm making sense to you. And that's it. This is ready to go into the oven. So if I would need to transfer this somewhere else, I can pick it up like this, transfer it to a baking sheet. I could also kind of flip up the brim just a little bit. This is what we have. So this is going to bake. I would put this in for 25 minutes, 250 degrees, 25 minutes. And you come out with something like this, depending on how wild you got with your curly Q at the end of your hat. Let's pick one of these. So if you did decide to do what I did, which is the hat brim and the little circle that you poked through, that basically is a buckle. So after it's baked, you can use any type of acrylic paint to paint that buckle. But I like to use an acrylic marker like this one. This is a gold acrylic marker. And we are just going to make that gold. Oh my God, so cute. Oh, why did the gold like somehow like up the cuteness level? That is so cute, even though it's green. That is adorable. Yes, so shiny. Highly recommend this particular gold metallic marker by Deco Color. Not sponsored, nothing to do with this company. They just have the best gold marker out there. Um, okay, let's turn this into an earring. You're gonna need one of these and maybe one of these. Let's connect this thing up. Trying to avoid that buckle that certainly hasn't dried yet. And just like that, you have such a cute earring. Oh my gosh, I need to make one that looks just like this so I can have a pair. So there you go. We bring all of our lovely treasures in here. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for participating in the chat. And I hope to see you guys back. We have 2 more Halloween jewelry classes. One of them is UV resin. We're making eyeballs. We're making bats. We're making boo. We're making blood. We're making craziness with UV resin. And the other one is another clay Halloween class, I believe. So check, they're all up on michaels.com right now. The easiest way to find is go to the online classes and then filter for jewelry. You will find us that way. That's the way that I do it. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Stephanie Benor representing Blue Moon Studio. We'll see you next time.